Howdy folks, hope everybody doing real good. Ribeye steak on the menu this evening. We're going to be pan searing up this ribeye steak and putting together a Lagar mushroom pan sauce or reduction sauce we're going to top this steak with. We're going to focus mostly on cooking this steak correctly. If you can't get the steak cooked correctly, you can smother it with all the mess you want to try to make it better. It just doesn't work. You need to have a good steak and then top it with something that complements it or makes it better. Not a whole lot of ingredients needed for this. We're going to season the steak real simply with some coarse grind salt and some black pepper. Going to get it in the skillet, get a nice crust built on it, get it seared up, cook it to about a medium, pull it, and then we're going to put together a pan sauce. And for the pan sauce, you're going to need about 4 to 6 ounces of mushroom. I've sliced some of them up, I've diced some of them up. I like a combination of the two cuts for this. You're going to need a sliced up onion or some dehydrated onion. I don't have either. I've got some granulated onion. I'm going to get that in there. You do want some onion flavor, so use one of the three. Some rosemary, thyme, a little bit of garlic. You're going to need some butter, and of course we're going to need a lager beer. That's what it's all about. Let's get to cooking. Alright, we got a pan heating up over there, medium-high heat. We're going to get this steak prepped up. You're going to need a high smoke point cooking oil. I'm going to use some avocado oil. We're just going to go in here and coat this a little bit. So our salt and pepper sticks. This is just a regular choice ribeye steak, about 3/4 of an inch thick, which you would normally find at any supermarket. Nothing special. Get it salted up here pretty good. Nice even coat on the entire surface of the steak. Get some cracked pepper on. I like quite a bit of pepper on mine. About a medium coarse grind. Get it in that skillet. I'm cooking with a stainless steel skillet today, and it's a thick tri-ply bottom. If you're using stainless steel, make sure it's got a real thick bottom. Some avocado oil on in this skillet. She feel pretty hot. I'm going to get some ventilation going. We're going to drop this steak. Press down, make sure the steak's got good contact with the entire cooking surface of the skillet. We're just going to leave that there about medium-high heat for a minute and a half. And we'll take a peep at it, see if it's building good crust. Just leave it alone for a little while and let it do its thing. And I'm going to cook this to about a medium. That's the way I like my ribeyes. So I'm going to pull it about 135, carry over heat to take it to 140, which is a perfect medium. If you want a medium rare, you're going to want to cook it to about 130, carry over heat to take it to 135, that's a medium rare. If you want medium well, cook it to about 145, the carry over temperature take it to about 150. If you want it well done, just cook the hell out of it till you feel good about it. Just know that poor old cow never done nothing to you. Alright, that's been going there about a minute and a half. Let's turn it over here. That's what we're looking for right there. A nice, beautiful crust. That's where all the flavor's at. And I started this steak out very dry. I patted this steak as dry as I could with paper towels. You cannot start out with a wet steak. If you start out with a wet steak, you're going to steam the steak. a steamed steak turns into a gray steak. Not good. .102. We're going to give it about a minute and a half there. If it needs more time, I'm going to put a lid on it, make this into a little oven to finish it off. .116. Gonna get that wrapped with a little aluminum foil and let it sit there and get happy. Now we're gonna make the sauce. We got that beef fat down there. We're gonna get us a pat of butter in. We're gonna get these mushrooms in. We're still over about a medium-high heat. Got a nice fond on the bottom of this skillet. As soon as these mushrooms start letting all that water out of them, that's going to all bust off of there, and that's going to flavor this. And then we're going to add some herbs, and then we're going to put some beer in here, let that reduce down. I'm going to go ahead and get some black pepper in. I want that to kind of saute with the mushrooms. I'm not going to salt this, so I'm going to put some Worcestershire in it. I'm going to use the Worcestershire as the salt. The water's starting to come out of them mushrooms. We want to cook these down pretty good and really concentrate the mushroom flavor. And you can see here I've got some that are sliced, and I've got some that I just went through and kind of diced up. I just like the two different cuts in this. You can see all of our fond has come off the bottom of the skillet. And when they start trying to stick a little bit to the bottom of the skillet, you know they are about right. I'm going to go in with some of this granulated onion. Let's get a little in here. We're going to get just a little bit of thyme, maybe a fourth of a teaspoon, and a little bit of rosemary, fourth of a teaspoon, not even that, probably an eighth of a teaspoon, not much. Rosemary pretty strong, it's going to give a real good flavor to these mushrooms. Let's let those toast there a second. We're going to get the garlic in. About a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of garlic. Get that smelling right with those other herbs. I think that does the trick. Let's get our beer in. I'm going to put just enough in just to cover the mushrooms, about like that right there. We're going to get our Worcestershire in. A couple of teaspoons. That's going to salt. That's going to add the salt to these. Turn the fire up real good. We're just going to let that reduce down and evaporate. Green bean sauteing over here we're going to plate up with. And some mash. We're going to get that down as well. It's going to be extra good. As you can see, we got all that beer cooked out of there. We're going to cut the fire off. We're going to get us some butter in. Tell you what, these mushrooms are smelling right. Just want to get them tossed real good with that butter. Give them a taste, see if we're alright on salt. Might need some. Man, that is going to be delicious on that steak. And it needs just a touch of salt. Not much. Go in with just a little bit. Get this steak plated. First thing we're going to do is get us some mashed tater on this plate. I'm going to lay that beautiful ribeye right there. That's it, folks. Pan-seared ribeye with some beautiful sauteed mushrooms that have been cooked in a lager beer. Didn't take more than 15 minutes to cook all that. Steak, instant mashed potatoes, and sauteed some green beans. Till next time, peace.